you guys doing out there? My name is Kyle, and today we're going to be talking about the film I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, which is a Netflix original film that's directed by Macon Blair. It stars Melanie Lynskey as Ruth, a lonely single woman working as a nursing assistant whose house gets burglarized. After police officials seem very unwilling to help, she decides to take matters into her own hands to find her stolen items, and along the way receives help from an obnoxious neighbor played by the one and only Elijah Wood. Prior to its release on Netflix, this movie was actually receiving quite a lot of buzz from Sundance, which is the independent film festival that the movie was first shown at. I believe it had like a 93 percentile on Rotten Tomatoes. I was tweeting about it for a little while. I was very excited to see it because I heard nothing but good things about it, and guys, I was pleasantly surprised with the movie, specifically from its direction by Macon Blair. This is Blair's directorial debut, and he really impressed me, specifically with the way he handled the nighttime sequences. I usually have a hard time seeing what's going on during nighttime scenes in movies, but fortunately, every single scene that took place at night was lit just perfectly. In general, I would say the direction was really good, save for the ending, which I'll talk about in my cons, but now I want to address the performances because I think that is extremely important for any independent film. I think Melanie Lynskey and Elijah Wood were really good with their roles. They showed that they had a lot of range, specifically with Elijah Wood, because I haven't seen that many movies of his outside of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so I don't know if he's been in a lot of comedies. But from what I've seen in this movie, he was hilarious. And even though he was playing a very obnoxious neighbor, he was very innocent, sweet, and funny at the exact same time. In terms of Lynskey, I was never really a big fan of Ruth from Two and a Half Men. I thought she was kind of an annoying character. In my mind, this is the best performance I have seen from her. She gave a very realistic, depressed, reserved performance, and I think it really worked, especially for this character. I thought the actors portraying the thieves were really good, especially Jane Levy, who I think is one of the most underrated actresses of our time. I think she's really good, very talented. I also like the guy who plays the main thug. I don't know what his name is, but I think that he did a really solid job. Everything from the clothes they wore, to the items that they stole, to the campfire that they built in the woods. I think it gave the audience the perspective of what outsiders really feel like because, of course, they're in the woods and they steal things. So they really have to hide from the law all the time, and it made sense. In terms of suspense, this movie absolutely gripped me. I was very invested with the story. It really is a black comedy at heart, and it does a great job of combining satirical comedy with drama, with thrills. There are a ton of genres that are really mixed together, and I think for the first half of the movie, it worked extremely well. But unfortunately, this is where I have to lead into my cons. I think my biggest issue with this movie is its ending. I think it went a bit too far and it tried to evolve into something it really wasn't. It just became very gory and gratuitous, and I just wasn't really a fan of it. Because beforehand, everything was done in a very stylistic way. Sure, there was blood, but it wasn't in a way that was trying to glorify it. I felt like the ending of this movie was trying to glorify all the violence present, and it just didn't really work for me. This movie also has a chase scene that is unfortunately filled with shaky cam. And I was very disappointed because I felt Macon Blair directed this movie extremely well, and then he just decided to try to make it a very cliche action movie kind of ending. Again, just like how I said before, it was trying to evolve into something it simply wasn't, and I feel like if the movie went in a different direction, I think the ending would have been a lot more satisfying. I also don't see this movie having replay value. I can't see myself rewatching the film. I feel like it's one of those movies that's good for a one view, where you watch it once, and you keep it in your memory, but you don't really feel the need to watch it again. I feel that as a Netflix original movie, it was good. I think Macon Blair's direction until the last 20 minutes was solid, but I think throughout, the cast was great, particularly Elijah Wood. Of course, Melanie Lynskey, but Elijah Wood, man, he was hilarious. In the end, guys, I would give the film I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore a recommendation. If you're on Netflix, you don't have anything to watch, and you have about an hour and 45 minutes to kill, I think this is the kind of movie that you should check out because I think you will have a fun time with it. In the end, guys, I'm going to give this film a B-. So, what did you guys think about I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore? My god, the movie has such a long title. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Are you somewhere in the middle? I'd love to know your comments, so send them in the comment section below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching my reviews. I hope to see the film get out this weekend. I am so pumped for it. I know I've been holding it off for a while, but I just had a lot of stuff to do, but I hope to see it this weekend. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Stay tuned.